In the bustling heart of Sydney's central business district, where gleaming skyscrapers cast long shadows over designer boutiques frequented by the global elite, an unexpected confrontation unfolded, one that transcended the realm of high fashion and delved into the raw undercurrents of societal prejudice. Jason DeFord, better known to the world as Jelly Roll, the tattooed troubadour of country rap fusion whose gravelly anthems of redemption have topped charts and touched souls, found himself at the epicenter of a viral moment. The 40-year-old Nashville native, whose life story reads like a gritty novel, from juvenile detention to sold-out arenas, took to social media with a fiery video that laid bare his humiliation at the hands of a Louis Vuitton store staff. "Hey man, the Louis Vuitton in Sydney legitimately just treated us like we were finna come in and rob that place," he vented, his voice thick with Tennessee drawl and barely contained frustration. "I have never been looked at more like a criminal this bad. Listen, the last time I was looked at like a criminal this bad, I was an actual criminal this bad." Jelly Roll's outburst, captured in a raw Instagram story clip, arrived mere weeks into his inaugural Australian headline tour, a milestone for an artist who has clawed his way from obscurity to ubiquity. Dressed in his signature uniform of loose black tracksuit pants, an oversized hoodie, and a backwards Tennessee Titans cap that did little to conceal his expansive frame or intricate inkings, he stood outside the iconic Pitt Street flagship, e-bike propped nearby as fans milled about, oblivious to the storm brewing. The video, unscripted and unfiltered, struck a chord far beyond the luxury retail world, igniting debates on profiling, body image, and the chasm between celebrity status and street-level scrutiny. For Jelly Roll, whose music often grapples with his past incarcerations and battles with addiction, this wasn't just a bad shopping trip, it was a stark reminder of how appearances can eclipse achievements. To understand the depth of Jelly Roll's reaction, one must rewind to the contours of his extraordinary journey. Born Jason Bradley DeFord in Antioch, Tennessee in 1984, he earned his moniker in his teens while navigating the perils of Nashville's underbelly, petty crime, drug runs, and a rap sheet that included multiple stints behind bars. Music became his lifeline, an outlet for the pain of absent parents and systemic failures. His breakthrough came with raw, confessional tracks like "Save Me," a haunting plea for sobriety that resonated during the opioid crisis, earning him a Grammy nomination and a fervent fanbase. By 2023, albums like Wits at Chapel had cemented his place as a bridge between hip-hop's grit and country's heartland soul, collaborations with icons like Lainey Wilson and Eminem broadening his appeal. Yet, beneath the accolades lies a man acutely aware of his otherness. The 550 pounds he once carried, the tattoos that map a roadmap of regret, the southern accent that defies coastal polish. Australia represented a new frontier, a land where his story of transformation could unfold unencumbered by American baggage. Touching down in Sydney last month, Jelly Roll appeared transformed himself, having shed an astonishing 90 kilograms through disciplined fitness and dietary shifts. Flanked by security as he navigated the airport in baggy Reebok attire, he projected quiet confidence. His incognito had a nod to humility. The tour kicked off with electric shows in Brisbane and Melbourne, where crowds sang along to hits like "Son of a Sinner" and "Need a Favor," drawn to his authenticity. Offstage, he embraced Sydney's vibrancy, chatting with fans on street corners, cruising the CBD on an e-bike, his laughter booming as he posed for selfies. It was in this spirit of connection that he ventured into Louis Vuitton, a brand synonymous with understated opulence and A-list cachet, seeking perhaps a memento or simply a moment of indulgence. What transpired inside remains shrouded. Jelly Roll offered no specifics, his video a broad-stroke indictment rather than a play-by-play. Was it a security guard's lingering gaze? A clerk's hesitant approach? The deferential tone reserved for influencers but withheld here? Whatever the catalyst, it pierced the armor of a man who stared down worse judgments. "Treated us like we were finna come in and rob that place," he seethed, the slang-infused phrasing underscoring his rootedness in a world far from Vuitton's velvet ropes. His comparison to his criminal youth wasn't hyperbole, it evoked memories of strip searches and suspicious stares, the kind that reduce a person to their worst chapter. In an industry where image is currency, Jelly Roll's casual ensemble, sweats over suits, challenges the gatekeeping of luxury, questioning why a Grammy contender must conform to prove worthiness. The fallout rippled swiftly across social platforms, with #JellyRollVuitton trending as supporters rallied and skeptics dissected. Fans praised his vulnerability, sharing stories of similar retail rejections based on size, race, or style. "This is why we stan him. Real talk from a real one," one commenter wrote, while another linked it to broader conversations on fat phobia in fashion. Critics, however, speculated on cultural clashes, Australia's laid-back ethos versus America's brash entitlement, or perhaps a misread of Jelly Roll's approachable vibe as threat. Louis Vuitton, ever the paragon of discretion, has yet to respond publicly, though insiders whisper of internal reviews on staff training. For a house built on LVMH's empire, founded by Louis Vuitton in 1854 as a trunk maker for Europe's aristocracy, the incident spotlights a blind spot in inclusivity, where heritage glamour can curdle into exclusion. This episode dovetails with Jelly Roll's ongoing narrative of public reinvention, a theme he unpacked last December on his Wife Bunny Exos Dumb Blonde podcast. Amid laughter and candor, he announced an audacious goal, gracing the cover of Men's Health by March 2026, not as a vanity project but a beacon for others wrestling with transformation. "I want to have one of the biggest transformations," he declared, emphasizing the deliberate publicity of his journey. Unlike stars who shed pounds in seclusion, emerging reborn and remote, Jelly Roll insists on transparency. "I wanted to lose it in front of everybody. I wanted to talk about it." He dissected the psychology of fame's gaze, how weight loss can breed shame rather than celebration, forcing reinvention of identity. "I became successful in spite of it," he reflected on his former 550-pound frame, a defiant reframing that turns perceived weakness into superpower.